What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to another episode of Play to Win. Today I'm going to be concentrating on defending corners. The first thing you need to do guys is set your auto switching to air balls and your auto switching move assistance to low. This is a very key point in defending in general, and I'm going to explain why a little bit further on during the tutorial. But what you're going to see here guys is just a series of corners. They're not set up, they're against a regular person. I came up online. See the guy that the computer's controlling for me there with the red dot. You want to change that to the guy that I've just circled there. You want to make sure you control the front defender in the 6-yard box and move him in front of the front of the attacker. See how the yellow attacker is there? You want to keep him in front at all times, so when the ball comes in, you're able to win the header, or get, you're just in front of the defender. Basically, you'd want to use the left thumbstick and X to head the ball away. Do not use square to head the ball away, guys. Use X and head it into the direction where your players are free. So here we've got two guys that are marking the guy on the edge of the box and the corner taker. You want to head it into their path, guys, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be able to clear the ball. Turns out in this specific corner routine, I actually didn't head it towards those two guys. I headed it straight onto the edge of the box, which is dangerous because if your opponent manages to pick up the ball here, they can just have a free shot at goal and will more than likely score. But I got quite lucky here and headed it away and ended up initiating a counter attack. The other thing I'm going to show you here, guys, the reason why you want it on auto switching for air balls is because you're controlling the man at the near post. So if the ball does go to the far post, it will automatically select the back defender for you. And at that point, again, you want to use the left stick to push the attacker as much as possible. And as the ball comes towards you, start hammering X and you will head the ball away. Failing that, if it's in between the defenders directly, the keeper will come out and catch the ball. But you need to make sure you keep the defender, as I've got here, in front of that attacker. You need to make sure he's ahead of the attacker, because if it goes over the head, the header that the attacker will have will be too difficult to put away 99 times out of 100. And as you can see here again, a nicely defended corner. And like I say guys, these are, although I kept giving the person the corner, they're not set up. I'm not doing these against friends or anything. This is against a random person online. I just kept giving corners. And as you can see there, just a few more incidents here of the corners where I just don't change anything with the actual corner routine. I'm playing balance, not attacking or anything like that. It's just balance, and all I do guys is select that front defender and make sure you stay in front of that attacker. If you stay in front of the attacker, you will rarely concede a goal. The only time you will concede a goal is when the corner is basically absolutely perfect. So this is going to be, I think we've got one more corner here just to show you. I'm going to talk about in the actual play to win episode when we come in a few seconds about how best to attack corners and what I would do, and then I'll show some examples in the next play to win about the corners. But this is pretty much the end of the defensive corner techniques. As you can see here, I just showed you like a whole handful of corners guys, and if it goes in the middle of the two defenders, the keeper 9 times out of 10 will come and get it. But thanks for watching this part of the video guys, and I will see you for the play to win section in 1 second. Okay guys, so here we've got the 49th game. My current record is 48-0, even though the record will stay obviously 47-1 for the simple fact that I got disconnected in one of the games. And I want to just talk, like I said, about some attacking corners. So one of the biggest things that people mistake for attacking corners is that they don't change the corner taker, believe it or not. That's one of the biggest issues. The taker that the game usually gives you isn't the taker that will be best suited to taking your corners. I prefer in-swinging corners as well, guys. I don't know why, that's just a natural preference, but it doesn't really matter. But what you want to do, guys, when you get the opportunity, just change your corner taker to somebody who's got a high curve stat and a high power stat, because if they can get the power and the curve on it, then you'll be absolutely golden. If I can get some scores for some corners, I will do an actual visual of how to take corners. But it is pretty much potluck unless you set up a corner technique, which I've never really done. I thought I was going to do it for play to win, and I might yet, but I don't really have the time to sit there and test out technique after technique. So if somebody does actually know a fantastic corner technique, then that would be awesome if you could show me that. But when I take corners, guys, I literally put between half and 75% power on. I hold up on the left thumbstick and then either curve it whichever direction you want. So if you're taking an in swinger, you want to hold up and then as you kick the ball, hold right on the left thumbstick, and it will curve the ball towards that 6-yard box, and you'll get your attacker on the ball, and you always want to send it into the 6-yard box, guys. Don't send it to the far post, don't send it to the near post, send it right into the mix of things. Get in there, try and cause errors and stuff. And if the person that you're playing against doesn't know how to defend corners, like if they just, you know, keep the person that they've got the ball with, like for example, where I had the first corner, it showed that I was controlling the guy at the top of the box. Now, if the person that I'm playing against is controlling that guy and they don't change it, I'm likely to win the header, because what you want to do when you're attacking corners, guys, is once you've taken that corner, you want to get the person that you're controlling and straight away move them into the in front of the defender, basically, so you can get that jump on them and win that header. It's not always going to work, and it's really tough to take the corner and then concentrate on trying to move the player. But if you can do it, you will score a lot more corners. But always send those corners, guys, into the middle of the goal, and you will more than likely score every now and then. I mean, the actual goal to corner ratio, I think, is pretty decent on FIFA, because you don't really see many corner goals in real life. You know, sometimes you'll have 10-15 corners and not score, and sometimes you'll have 2 or 3 corners and score from 2 of them in real life, you know. So I do think corners is one of the good things that FIFA have got going on about them. They are pretty easy to defend, they are pretty easy to score. You'll find as well, when you have when you're on balanced specifically, which is how I played like 99% of my games, you'll have 4 men in the box, and the second man in the box, who will actually be the person you're aiming for, will almost always be one of your centre backs. So always aim it into him, which is why it's important to aim it into the middle of the box, just because he will end up getting on the end of the ball a few times. This is game number 50, guys. I've actually got some screenshots of the stats of all 22 players I've used in Play to Win so far after 50 games. I'm going to put them up at the start of the next episode, so there won't be... if I can get some corner goals, there'll be the attacking corner hints and tips. But if not, it will just be the... that was a cracking goal from Sturridge there. It will just be the stats from all the players after 50 games. And we get a second rage quit in this game as well, guys. This guy had enough after I scored a 4th goal. But yeah, guys, I've hit the half-century mark, 50 wins in a row. And this game was laggy as hell, as you can see. But I was actually worried at one stage when he went to 1-1. I thought, if this disconnects, or if he manages to nick another one and it disconnects, I'll be screwed, because it'll go down as a loss for me. Fortunately enough, that wasn't the case. I mean, he did actually score here to make it 4-2, and then the game disconnected. So he didn't rage quit per se, but we didn't make it to the end of the game. That was actually a cracking finish from David Villa as well. But that's 50 games, guys, and I'm going to show you just now that it is actually 50 games. Just in the match thing there, you get, as you can see in the top right corner, pretty much about now, it says 49-1. Of course, we know that one loss was a 3-0 win that I got disconnected from. So a half-century of games, guys. If I can go another 50 games, that would be absolutely awesome. I've actually got to ask you guys for a little bit of help. I have the Elgato Gaming Capture HD device, and since I've been using it, when I do live commentaries, the audio... it lags, and I don't know how and I don't know why, but it's only been since I've been using the Elgato gaming device. So basically what happens is I sync the audio a certain way at the start of the video, and it syncs perfectly, but towards the end of the video the audio gradually goes out of sync, and we're talking not by like half a second or a second, which is tolerable, but we're looking at like 1.5 to 2 seconds, which is just, it's annoying to watch. You know, when I score a goal and then I shout goal like 2 seconds later, it gets pretty frustrating to watch and pretty frustrating to listen to. So if anyone knows how I can fix that, I would be open to suggestions. Would be absolutely amazing. I'm going to upload a subscriber showdown today as well, guys, probably by about 7 PM. I'll put the subscriber showdown train. So if we could get a whole bunch of likes on this video, that would be absolutely awesome. And thank you all so much for the support recently, guys. I'm really enjoying YouTube at the moment. Not that I wasn't before, but I'm enjoying it now more than pretty much at any stage that I've been doing YouTube. Really, I'm really having a good time, and hopefully that's reflecting in my videos. I understand not a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but a lot of people are disgruntled with this series and don't really like this series, but I really enjoy this series. I really enjoy just winning, and I've got some fantastic ideas that I'm going to use in FIFA 13 because there's no point me doing in FIFA 12 right now. But yeah, I've got some fantastic ideas to show you guys for FIFA 13 on lots and lots of things. I'm not going to ruin the fun and tell you what it's going to be now, but we do get a 4th disconnect in a row, guys. It's pretty awesome. But this is the end, so thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Favorite wrestlers of like the last few, like I don't know, 10 years. You got to be looking at The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Golazo. The Rock, Brock Lesnar, John Cena. Big fan of the Hardy Boys as well. Really like them. That's pretty much it in terms of favorite wrestlers. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody else.